Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Thor issue 13. And this was a great issue, man. I just really love what's been going on here, and this is just another great set in what's been going on with Donald Blake as being a crazy ass motherfucker, man. So, we start off pretty much getting a rundown of what Odin's been doing up until this point. We'd seen that after being taken away as the Allfather and having that put to Thor, him and Freya tried to go and kind of rekindle their romance and everything, but Odin wasn't able to do it. We see kind of panels where him and Freya are hanging out with some people, but he has been the Allfather for so long, it seems like he doesn't know what to do elsewise and try and figure out his own purpose. And the thing is, once he kind of gets his kind of flame back, Freya's already left. So we'll have to see where Freya is during all this, because she's somewhere else doing something else. That would be a kind of cool story to see into, but that's not what's going on at the moment. We see that since he was alone, he went to try and kind of figure out what he can in the solitude, pretty much pray and find answers in the bottom of a bottle, drinking and everything. And then we see that Jane, as Valkyrie, punches him, and she's trying to lay into him, and he's like, listen, just because I got mercy doesn't mean I'm screwed off, man. Valkyrie or Jane or whatever you're calling yourself nowadays. And she's kind of why are you so weak? She's like, nah, not weak, I'm just not dealing with this shit right now, kind of shit. But she gives him a lowdown of what's been going on with Donald Blake, and slaying the Midgard serpent, what he's done with Asgard and everything. And it's a really succinct explanation, and slams down his mug, and he's like, yep, I'm good, that'll do, get me my armor, kind of stuff. And that's where they're left off. We shift over, and we are in the blood dimension, and we see that Bill's pretty much gearing up for war, has an outfit reminiscent of what he has been on when he's using Stormbreaker. Sif, of course, is like, why are you gearing up? We need to get out of here first. And he, of course, is like, sometimes you just have to have faith, Lady Sif, that things will happen. And then, of course, at that point, we see that Doctor Strange and Lockjaw and Throg come up, and they're like, wow, yeah, it's been a while since I've been in this dimension, but I didn't expect so many of you. And who else would show up? Loki. And Bat, the ghost dog, is also with Doctor Strange, which works into what we had seen with Donny Cates doing stuff with Doctor Strange, which I love, and also I love seeing them in here, but also in the different kind of art style that's going on. It's just really funny because of all this shit that Strange and Loki have gone through. It's like, come on, tell me you need my help, Strange. It's like, well, I need your help as well. So let's open up a little hell together. How about we? And we shift over, and we see that Blake is pretty much just hammering at Yggdrasil and drinking its blood, and we're like, yeah, come on, show me things. And then he gets whacked, and we see Throg, oh yes, this is great. But we see that it's everybody's like, yeah, we come to whoop your ass, bro. And it's like, oh, you ain't got nothing. But then we see this black armored hand slam him down. It's like, oh yeah, you're in trouble, man. It's like, hello, father. And yep, come here to pretty much deliver your punishment and shit like that. It's like, he's been waiting for it. He's like, don't you know what you've been doing? You know where that blood's going, right? It's amping you up, but it's also going underneath. Then we see Thor slamming down his hammer and calling out who he is, and being like, all right, Blake, you can't have the Odin Force, but you could have the Thor Force. And then, of course, the blood of Yggdrasil's been amping him up as well, and he pretty much has a giant thunder crack, lightning crack that goes through and is able to reverberate from the 10 realms and gets out through and kind of smacks the shit out of Donald Blake. But it gets up enough an opening for Thor to be able to call his ravens to him, and they're like, my lord, we cannot remove you from this place, but we can do some other things. He's like, well, can you remove my soul from here? Because his Blake is kind of his vessel kind of thing, has to slam down the staff to transform everything so that way he can come back to the above. But he's like, all right, he's got another idea. I'm thinking, I know where this is going. destroyer armor, right? So they could take his soul and put it in another vessel. Well, uh, Blake's like, what do you guys got? I can kill 100 of you. And he's like, you're doing this hero thing again. I can take you all on. And Odin's like, because they owe him a life. It's like, everyone dies. And says that, like, you know what? As your punishment, you're going to be unmade and stricken from the books and everything like that. But we see your father. Allow me to handle this because he's the All-Father and he's got to handle it. And Blake gets punched. He's like, what the hell? And as he got punched, Yarnborn bounces off the Rainbow Bridge and flies off into space. It was focused on, so I'm pretty sure that's an important thing, so we'll have to see how that kind of shakes out. But then we see, flanked by his two ravens, the destroyer armor with the rune symbol that we'd seen drawn in Yggdrasil's blood, and then he's like, yeah, I'm ready for this shit. It's like, ooh, this is going to be really interesting to see, because the destroyer armor, it takes a lot to kind of like fuck that shit up. And the thing is, it's all kind of dependent upon what soul's kind of powering it. Now, Thor will probably be limited in what certain powers he can kind of use, but like amped up with like Odin Force and his normal kind of stuff, even without using probably lightning and all that kind of stuff in his usual kind of power set, this is gonna be a pretty tough kind of thing for Blake, especially since he doesn't have Yarnborn as a weapon to contend with the destroyer armor, which would have been very fucking helpful. But we'll have to see how he like works out. He has been a crafty, weird ass motherfucker, so it's not gonna be an easy fight. And I can't wait to see how this kind of ends out and how Thor's gonna go forward and how he's gonna deal with like the vision and like how he's going to help Beta Ray Bill and all that. It's like, holy shit! There's the immediate stuff of like seeing, all right, we're gonna have a showdown of Thor and the destroyer armor beating on a Midgard serpent, Yggdrasil blooded, crazy ass Donald Blake. I never thought I'd say that kind of shit, but it just is a testament to this creative team of doing like this weirdest batshit insane stuff that you would never really think of, and having it work so well and really brings you in. At least it brings me in. It's like, okay, show me more. I'm like, I've really liked certain different kind of like creative teams they've been like pumping out at Marvel, where I'm like, I don't know these guys, but let's kind of see where this goes. And it's like, I went in a pretty good space. I kind of want to see where this... and then I'm like more interested to see what other kind of things each creative teams can do. It's like, yes. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.